Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I want to talk about some of my most anticipated releases for the spring of 2018. So for me, spring is March, April, and May. I know that's not technically when spring falls, but that is spring book release season for me, and that is spring for me. So this is actually a pretty substantial list. I feel like all of 2017 and some of 2016, my most anticipated releases videos got fairly short because I wasn't very excited about a lot of the things coming out, or the series that I had followed had ended or whatever, but man, are some heavy hitters coming out. Either they're continuing a series, or some of my favorite authors are coming out with things, or there's brand new things that are really exciting. Just a pretty substantial list, when previously there for a while they were getting very bare minimum. So let's get into it, because I kind of have a lot to talk about. It's so weird. So we'll start out with March, and let me just say that there's going to be a few on here that you guys are going to be super familiar with because they're going to make everybody's most anticipated lists. So let's just kick it all off with March 6th. And Restore Me by Tahada Mafi. This is the continuation of the Shatter Me series by Tahada Mafi, and it's so bizarre. People are asking me about it. Am I excited about it? I'm excited, but cautious and nervous and cautiously optimistic, and I was one of those people that didn't really want any more Shatter Me. Like, I was fine. I'm gladly going to accept more, but I was fine, and I was looking forward to the TV show when it comes out and all this stuff. So now Restore Me is, like, basically here, and I don't really know what to do. I'm also, at the time of filming this, because we're filming this back in February, but I can't decide if I want to reread, like, part of this series. I don't want to reread Shatter Me, the first book, but I might reread Unravel Me or Ignite Me. I feel like I need to get re-immersed in that world. I read those books when I first joined BookTube, like, a couple months after, and just binge read them. So I'm foggy on a lot of details, and I feel like to give this book its full chance, I need to, like, re-immerse myself. But it's also cotton candy, and you can't have cotton candy all the time, you know? But I'm gonna read this, and I'm cautiously excited about it. Now, one that I am not cautious about, and that I am full steam ahead excited for, also comes out on March 6th, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Oh man. So I have not pre-ordered any other books on this most anticipated list except for this one, and that's saying something. I actually haven't pre-ordered a ton of books recently at all. I didn't pre-order Immortal Reign. I haven't pre-ordered things. I've stopped doing that, but this one I'm like, nah man, I need this immediately the day that it comes out. This is the first book in a YA African-inspired fantasy series, and that's really all I need to know. I've seen Tomi speak at panels at YALLFest this last year, and she's amazing, and she also talks about how this is very heavily inspired by her love of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I am ready. I don't need to analyze any details about the synopsis. I don't care. I'm going to read this, as are many other people. Next, on March 13th, another highly anticipated release of a ton of people. It's Obsidium by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is the third and final book in the Illuminae Files series, and again, this is a synopsis that I haven't even needed to read because it's just all of the characters that we've met in the first two books are gonna get together and cause chaos. That's all that matters. One of my favorite AI characters exists in this, and I am hyped. I wasn't very thrilled with Gemina, the second book in the series. I liked it, but it wasn't as good as Illuminae, but I think Obsidium is going to just, like, take it back up a notch, hopefully. There's a lot of things that I think have a lot of potential with the series. This is the final book in a YA sci-fi series, and it's, like, action-packed, and I'm sure all of you have heard about it. I am hyped for this. Spaceman, you know how I feel. Another release that's coming out on the 13th is The Price Guide to the Occult by Leslie Walton. Now, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, but Leslie Walton is the author of The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, which is one of my favorite books ever. It's a fabulism, YA fabulism story, and it's wonderful and amazing. And this one, the synopsis, like, I had forgotten about it and then reread the synopsis before filming this video, and I was like, I am so excited. So our main character in here is part of a family of witches, and years ago they settled on this island, and their family since then has been cursed to play out this whirlwind love affair with one of the descendants of the original settlers of the island. But the main character thinks at this point it's probably all played out. All of her family's powers have kind of just dwindled over the years, and she's content to live just a peaceful, normal life. But then this, like, spell book appears, and it's like her mom's or one of her ancestors, and everything kind of takes off from there. So it's this, like, magic witches, witch women with, like, fated love story whirlwind angst affair, and I am here for it. Completely here for it. It ticks so many of my boxes. If I didn't explain that good enough, go and read the synopsis, because I, for one, feel a lot of excitement about it. And the last book for March comes out on the 27th, and that is The Queens of Innis Lear by Tessa Breton. And this is the first book in an adult fantasy series, and it has been getting so much hype. But basically the synopsis boils down to a Game of Thrones style King Lear. Like Shakespeare King Lear. I need it in my hands immediately. Again, this sounds very dark, lots of political intrigue, so many things going on. I am so excited about this. Like I said, I've been hearing really good things. It's been getting a lot of hype in like the adult SFF world. So as per usual, if a couple things that I hear tick off my boxes, I don't even need a full-blown synopsis. I'm just gonna dive right in. And this sounds right up my alley. Oh, and the main characters are all ladies. They're his 3 daughters, King Lear's 3 daughters, and they're like ready to F shit up. So I am here for it completely. So March is obviously slam-packed with releases, and it makes me nervous. There's too much to read. I'm not gonna have time. I'm taking 2 classes in March, and my classes are like 7 weeks long, so they're all condensed. I am very nervous. There's a lot to read, and a lot of things I've been really excited about for a long time. Help me. There are 2 releases that are coming out in April that I'm excited about, both coming out on the 19th. The first one is Circe by Madeline Miller. Now you may know Madeline Miller from the Song of Achilles, which is a very popular Greek retelling story, and it's all about Patroclus and Achilles, if you guys don't know, which I'm sure that you do. But this is her newest novel. It's going to be another standalone. It's following the Greek myth of Circe. So I am excited about this. I don't need to know anything else about it, obviously. I love Greek retellings. I love Madeline Miller and how she did the whole Song of Achilles and everything and just made it her own, but stuck to all of the themes of Greek mythology and all of that. This is probably going to be wonderful. I'm very excited. Then also on the 19th, we have The Gloaming by Kirsty Logan. And this is actually the prequel to The Gracekeepers by Kirsty Logan, so I've done a review for that book. I will link that on the screen. And The Gracekeepers has a lot to do with the Selkie mythology, so this is going to be a continuation of that, and I really don't need to know, again, anything else. I have a lot of trust in a lot of these authors because I am familiar with them, and I feel very safe with them, which probably shouldn't be the case because they usually end up hurting me when I do this. But The Gracekeepers was so like moody and atmospheric, and I think this is going to be just like that, and I love the whole like Selkie mythology and stuff, so can't wait to get my hands on this. Then we have May, and to just kick off May, we have another one that a lot of people are going to be very excited about, and that is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas, and damn it, I want to quit these books and I can't. So I have such mixed feelings about the ACOTAR series, and this is the continuation of the ACOTAR series, which was originally going to be a trilogy, and now it's like a whole series, and there's companions and all this stuff. So this is going to be the kind of bridge book between the original trilogy and everything else that's coming after it. So I begrudgingly love these books. I loved ACOMAF, I hated ACOTAR, and I felt very meh about ACOWAR. So here we are. I don't have like the highest hopes, but also like I read the synopsis and I'm like, my kids, like I have to read this, and so I'm super conflicted about it because I felt like a lot of things in ACOWAR were very much like dropped and everything, but we'll probably get some resolution, not in this book, but eventually. So I'm just gonna keep reading them because I just like love the world and I really like the characters. I'm excited, along with a lot of people. I'm just begrudgingly excited. And lastly, on May 22nd, we have my only contemporary pick, which is very indicative of me in general, but typically I don't even have one contemporary pick, so this is kind of shocking. And that is from Twinkle with Love by Sandy Manan. I loved When Dimple Met Rishi. I thought it was a very cute YA contemporary, and this is just continuing in that same vein. This is taking place probably in the same like world, but it's just a companion kind of story. It's its own standalone, so I'm very excited about this. The main character in this one is really into photography, apparently, and again, that's all I need to know. I really loved the first book that she came out with, and I'm very much excited about this one for just being a very cute contemporary read. If I want a cute contemporary fluffy read, this is what I want to pick up, so I kind of want to have it on the back burner on my shelf because spring is a good time for like happy, cute, fluffy times. I just tend to get myself bogged down in the like crazy death stuff, death fantasy worlds. No big deal. When I need a break from that, this will be there for me. So that is it for my most anticipated spring releases. Comment below, let me know some of your most anticipated releases for the spring. Again, March, April, and May. There's also a lot coming up for summer, so look forward to that. You'll see that video of mine in like June, so right in your calendars. But I am like super excited for a lot of those releases. Like 2018, man, is shaping up to be pretty good with the book releases, and my TBR cries all the time about it. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.